Hello, everybody. Welcome to Suburban Apple.
John, shut up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Suburban Apples.
Yay!
So beautiful in stereo.
Anyways, today's scene takes place on Christmas Eve. Snow is falling. Nighttime comes earlier because, well, we're right around the longest night of the year. And kids are enjoying Christmas break, enjoying the rather abundant snowfall that adults just can't seem to enjoy anymore, building forts, throwing snowballs. Snow people of all various shapes, sizes, and quality litter the streets of Briggenfowl. San Elipius has black snow all over the place. You know the kind of stuff. Sludge, slush, stuff kicked up by tires because people still need to get to work. There are very few snow days here because, well, they can't afford them. There's a slight leak in the kitchen of a certain knocker's home in San Elipius.
God fucking damn it.
As your mom looks for a pan that she can put underneath the slow drip coming from the pipes that have cracked in the cold that currently threaten the structural integrity of the ceiling above the kitchen table.
No. Don't worry about it, Mom. I'll get Dad's toolkit. I'll fix it while you're at work.
And she just gives like a appreciative sigh and puts her name tag on and heads out. I don't remember what you said your mom did. I don't know if the name tag is an appropriate thing.
I didn't specify, but since this is improv, I'm yes-anding. She's a waitress.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah.
In this economy?
Well, yeah. Yes, in this economy.
Yeah.
We're a military family, so Dad is the principal bread maker, and he's not here. Ever.
Yeah. Can someone explain the Christmas Eve?
You are very, very quiet, Amachan.
Yes.
But
can you guys hear me? Ooh.
Now
I can hear you. I can hear you now, Claire. Yeah.
Okay. Can someone explain Christmas Eve to your Muslim country-born friend?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it kind of depends on how Christian you want to be. You don't have to be Christian at all to celebrate Christmas. In fact, most people aren't specifically super Christian. You put up a tree, you decorate the tree. You can have a live tree or you can have a fake tree. You can be as creative as you want with the tree. And the whole idea is on Christmas Eve, Santa comes down your chimney or otherwise breaks into your house if you don't have a chimney and puts presents under the tree. Only if you've been a good boy or girl that year. If you've been bad, you get coal. And sometimes you hang up stockings, which is where the coal would go, or smaller presents go in stockings. And you put out milk and cookies for Santa. I used to put out carrots for the reindeer because he flies in on a magical sled that has carried by reindeer that can also fly. That's how he gets around.
Okay.
I'm missing anything?
Just to add a little bit more to that, Christmas Day itself is usually meant for opening the presents, but some families will do it on Christmas Eve instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually often there'll be a big breakfast or a big lunch with family, that sort of thing on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, mimosas.
Depending on your family.
Okay, I will ask Carol when my turn comes in regarding my family.
Yeah, because then Christmas Eve often is another family thing. Because if you have multiple families to go to in different places, you might end up going to 2 different family things, or 3 even, if you're split up.
There's all sorts of different traditions and stuff like that, and there's always the possibility your family might not celebrate Christmas. I mean, you might recognize it because your friends and stuff do, but you might be Jewish, you might be Muslim or something like that. Just it's another holiday, you get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, there you go. That should cover it.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Everything I would have thrown in would have been Mexican and completely irrelevant. So what you do is you bring out the elephant ears, and then everybody eats those, and then you walk on your knees to the baby Jesus, and you kiss his feet, and then you get a piece of ribbon candy.
No, seriously, I love elephant ears. I think I need to add that to my Christmas celebrations.
What, elephant ears?
Yeah, they're yum.
They are very good and very Mexican. Buñuelos, yay!
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, so your mother, she puts on her name tag and heads out to work on Christmas Eve at the local diner.
Your Majesty, she's gone.
And scurrying out after being suspiciously quiet for a child all day long, she comes out and starts immediately like rummaging through the fridge looking for something to scarf on, pulling out like various leftovers that are on the downward side of me.
Don't touch the rotisserie chicken. That's for dinner.
She kind of like eyes it hungrily. She's like, all right. And she like takes some rather like some mashed potatoes from a few nights ago that have kind of started to turn. She takes care of those. As a matter of fact, all leftovers have seemed to have managed to find a way to disappear. Your mother has been very grateful that you've been keeping the fridge so clean.
Well, hey, she used to be cooking for my two older brothers plus me, so this is probably about the same amount that's being consumed as, two teenage boys.
Yeah. But you know how it is when there's like suddenly less people and you're not used to like scaling down the cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like all these leftovers and you're like, I do not want to eat this for 3 days in a row. And so it starts getting like hard because you're
luckily we have a garbage disposal.
We do. One that doesn't get clogged.
She's a growing girl, thank you.
And while Her Majesty is eating, Tasha will go grab the toolkit that's in the garage, missing a few pieces, climb on the table and try to fix this leak, either duct taping it or like seeing if it is something that can be fixed with like knocker things by just like yelling at it to stop leaking.
Yeah, you could probably knocker it if you would like.
Cut that shit out.
listen, son of a bitch. It's fucking Christmas. Can you hold off for like 2 fucking days? And so we can get a goddamn plumber in here.
What do you have to roll for the knocker crafting?
It is.
It's like an intimidation thing, isn't it?
It depends. To fix a device must make a successful intelligence, crafts, or manipulation intimidation.
Whichever you like.
It can range from 5 to a simple problem to 9 for a difficult problem.
I was going to say, if that doesn't work, get the red cap to bully browbeat.
It's a simple problem, so I'll give it a 5. It's just a leak. It's not a gushing downpour.
Awesome. Excuse me while I make my into crafts roll, because that's a lot better. Plus, I get this nice reduced difficulty. Reduced by 3 is the lowest I can go, right? Or is it 4?
I think
3. 3, I think, is the lowest.
Cool. Look at all that blood.
Damn leak.
Well, good thing I took that Master Craftsman merit.
Jesus.
I have 2 successes.
Awesome. Geez, that's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ones. Fuck your Christmas.
No, it's not a mechanism. And this doesn't require analytics probably either, so I don't think a 10 explodes.
The leak kind of slowly stops. Roll perception alertness.
Oh, my best stat, you mean?
Yes.
As the like as just imagine as in a cartoon, like when you stop one leak, it starts somewhere else. So now the whole thing's going to explode.
You hear the groan of weight from the floor above your roof. You should probably move.
Well, fuck. When you say floor above the roof, you mean like from the second floor, or like from the roof itself?
The apartment above you, the
Oh,
floor
shit.
is giving.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we're gonna just move out of this room.
Okay, roll Dex Athletics.
I think
Save
I'm
the
okay.
child.
She's fine. My dex is good. My athletics,
May the blessings of Patrick be upon you. No.
Oh no. Okay. You hear the groaning and are so like, what? That as the floor comes crashing in, a recliner landing on your table before the table gives way with a
Jesus fuck.
A rather bewildered, older looking gentleman with a beard just kind of like wipes the debris off of his face. And he looks down at you underneath his chair and he goes, oh, fuck. And he pulls a pocket watch out of his pocket and winds it. And you find yourself stopping a leak, and all of a sudden you hear a groaning on the floor above you. Roll Dex Athletics.
Someone just chronosed.
Oh, okay. I understand. I was like, what? What am I doing?
Deja fucking vu.
There we go.
It would have been at reduced 3, so that's actually quite a bit success wise. Because you get -3 difficulty for Chronos reduced. Nice. But anyways, yeah, you hear it and you're like, oh shit, I know it's gonna happen. And you manage to barrel roll, taking Agnes with you out of the kitchen as the crash happens. This time not landing on top of you. But in your kitchen is a bewildered man.
But same old man?
Yeah.
Can I see if he has a seeming?
Yes. He appears to be a boggin. He's very old looking. Mm-hmm. He's unseelie. You can tell that fairly quickly, I guess, whatever. Within time you would be able to tell anyways, and I might as well info dump you now.
Yeah.
He's got like very, very weathered hands, a couple of scars across his face, and what looks to be like the remnants of like a Glasgow smile, like scars.
Oh.
But a lot of that, like you have to really look to see the scars along, because like I said, he has a beard.
Mm-hmm.
So
what the fuck is up, my dude?
Not me anymore, obviously.
That's yeah.
And he stands up and just sort of like pops his back. He's like, well, that one caught me by surprise.
Yeah. I sure as fuck didn't expect this, but hi, I'm Tasha, that's Agnes. Welcome to my this gorgeous fucking mansion. I say, spreading my arms in this completely like super dirty kitchen that still needs to be cleaned.
He just kind of looks at her and he's like, I can help clean it up if you'll just get out of my hair for a moment.
Oh, do you want me to, I can try and fix that fucking Listen, I don't it feels kind of bad you like, just falling into my goddamn kitchen and then being like, hey, clean this shit. That just doesn't seem cool to me. Like,
well, if the slumlords that ran this place would bother to keep up with repairs, then we wouldn't be in this mess. And it's Christmas Eve. Consider it my gift to you.
You have a name?
Yeah, Gerald.
All right. Well, fucking thanks, my dude. I mean, let me at least see if I can't do something for your recliner.
He reaches into his pocket and he tosses you a key, and he's like, I think if you go into the apartment, you might be able to find like a rope and a pulley. Maybe we can haul that thing back up there.
Oh, Fucking sweet. All right. Agnes, do you want to come with me? Or do you want to just chill, I guess?
She's kind of just wide-eyed staring at this, all this chaos that has unfolded in front of her. And she's just like, every building I'm in just falls to pieces.
It's not your fault. This is just fucking Brigham Valley. All goddamn buildings are like this.
At least in this shitty town. She says, and just like follows behind you while still staring wide-eyed behind her. She leaves the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll go up and try and make some kind of pulley system.
As in the time it takes you to go upstairs, you can already start seeing that there's like been some repairs made. Like the pipes have stopped gushing already.
Oh, nice.
Boggins work fast if they're not observed. So, but yeah, he's already. At least there's no longer water pouring into your kitchen from the.
I mean, I stopped the water. It's just there was then a giant hole in the ceiling, but I stopped the water.
And then the recliner started again. So, anyway, but yeah, these he's starting to slowly make repairs, or not slowly, boggin speed.
Yes.
But yeah, so this, and you'll find the stuff, and we'll go ahead and start making our way through the rest of the intro. But I felt that was necessary. So, anyways. Now we pan into Brigham Fowl. Like I said, very picturesque. All these snowmen everywhere. Lights on every house because the HOA insisted that all the houses be uniform. There have been a couple of secular holdouts and some non-Christian holdouts as well who do not participate in the holiday and decided that this infraction upon them, and then the HOA insisted once again, and they hung up the lights on these secular households. It was not well received, but the HOA has final say upon the outward appearances of the homes in Brigham Fowl. And so, but it is lovely. It is picturesque. It is twinkling and bright. And it is late. It's about 8 p.m. And because it's winter in New Hampshire, it means it is dark enough to look much, much later. And by the light of these various homes that are strung with lights, a few children are outside having a snowball fight. It's missing from the group is Joey. He's decided to stay in for the evening. His mother has somebody that she wants him to meet, and but Jackie and Marcus and the other one,
Danny.
yes, the one named after my child. No, not named after, but the same name. But I always forget. So, anyways, Marcus, Danny, Jackie, they are out building a snow fort and waging a projectile war against the rival gang from the first game. And Patrick, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm definitely involved in that game. I'm actually trying to see how well he's, for lack of a better term, front-lining everything, like being the big distraction, like, you know, even like rushing into the other gang, throwing them in their face, rolling around and stuff like that, and stealing some of their snowballs before running back. If you want me to roll my Dex Athletics to see how well I'm doing.
You can. You have a ridiculously high Dex, so if you fail, it'll be hilarious.
Wow. Actually, I failed one.
What?
I didn't botch, but I did fail.
Jeez Louise, Michael. Yeah, you trip and send snowballs flying. I mean, you don't injure yourself, but
No,
maybe
but-
your pride's a little wounded.
Well, a little, but at the same time, this is just fun and games. So more, even though he stumbled and tripped and fell, he's laughing and rolling along his way back to the arrival, back to the fort before diving back over.
Please tell me he's wearing a coat.
Oh yeah, a coat he probably stole from one of the rival guys.
Okay, good. He's not out there in whatever that leaf dress is, right? He's got like a coat and a hat and scarf and like gloves, right?
Ironically, they're green, but who knows why?
Adorable. So anyways, yes, there's shenanigans afoot. And teenagers, both of you can hear from the commotion outside. Dee, your father has been called away to do some celebratory crap for the local court, so he is not in town, but your brother is visiting, and he has been for the past week or so. So he's been reoccupying his room, noticing a couple of odds and ends missing. And asking if you've seen them.
First of all, did we ever actually decide if he's if he's a Canaan or a Kithane?
I believe he is a Giraffe Puka Canaan.
Okay, whichever way you want to go is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, he clearly knows what's what.
Yes.
So, okay. So he's in on the let's hide it from mom situation.
Yes.
So anyway, so he's just like, have you seen my stuff, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Kamal, I believe was his name.
Kamal, yes. I was just looking at that because I was going to ask if he was around because of holiday, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I may have seen it once, maybe. It kind of depends. I mean, are you referring to the actual thing or the thought of the thing? Like, I mean, there was someone who did stay there for a little bit, but it's really hard to say, you know, like, I mean, what are you looking for here?
Well, nothing important, really. There's a baseball card that Dad had given me, signed by. I mean, no one you would have heard of, Babe Ruth.
Yeah, there's actually a jaw drop. I mean, everybody's heard of Babe Ruth, so there's like she just jaw drops.
Patrick has no idea what he just got.
Yeah, and she just kind of uses her hand to kind of push her jaw back up when she realizes, you know, that really cheesy way.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. You know, I mean, they're a dime a dozen, but if you could just, you know, maybe keep your eyes peeled for it, it'd be just great. I can't imagine how I've kept it from growing legs and walking away all this time. Says,
I mean, you are surrounded by the best of magic. As she offers him kind of a big grin.
I'm so glad you quit drinking, he says, and gives her a smile back, and goes back to like unpacking and looking and taking inventory of anything else that may have been secreted away.
She's just gonna like look at him and be like, well, I would definitely suggest that you don't check in the third bush from the left on the left side of the house. Definitely don't do that.
I don't drink that Boone's Farm shit, he says.
Well, it's not my fault that you don't get me anything better.
I do not contribute to your delinquency, Dee. I will leave that to your ne'er-do-well friends.
You used to.
Yes, but now I am a man of the people.
Okay, you know,
kids look up to me.
You might still chrysalis someday. You might, and then you would fit in perfectly with the rest of us.
It would be just my luck to chrysalis into a dung beetle like you.
I am the best dung beetle, thank you.
Well, run along, beetle.
We've got a 2-leg advantage over rest of those dung beetles.
She just looks at him kind of gives him one of those sort of joking punches in the arm, like in the shoulder, and then bolts out of the room because she's going to go try to find Patrick because she's pretty sure Patrick took the card.
Who knows?
It's a good start, if nothing else. Because that's actually something kind of worth some money, and obviously, if that's important. So yeah, she'll try to find it.
I'm gonna have to roll to see if Patrick remembers if he took it or not.
Well, first, before we do that, we'll let us intro.
I'm a John. Yes.
Yes. I can never remember the first name. Henry. There we go. Okay. Henry, it's Christmas time in your aunt's house. She's been very fussy this week. She got her carpets clean. They're back to the pristine white that she likes them. And she's been just stacking present after present under the tree. More than half of them have your name on them. There's one that is from your uncle in New York. There's because you're surrounded by puka. There are a couple that have kind of oddly suspicious smells coming from them. From your mom, there's a very large gift bag from a store that's been stapled shut to Henry. By the way, that is a shitty way of wrapping something, but she's busy.
Out.
What?
Where's Mom?
She's I believe she's overlooking Yule celebration on the moon, Mars. No. Maine.
But you said Uncle Trani was going to come with him. Pardon, her.
Did I? Oh, I say so
No.
many things these days. She just sort of peers off for a moment. I'm sure they'll come maybe tomorrow. I mean, it's no big deal. You know how those courtly types like to do their thing.
Fine. By the way, a couple days ago, there were two people like us, and they were doing some stuff like red caps. They stole a child from a car they were planning. Because they were saying somebody was trying to steal a red cap child. I don't know. It's weird. So if the cops came in and says "Where's Henry?" you say, "I don't know."
Are you in trouble with the law?
Do I look like a criminal?
Yes. She says, and she gives a sweet smile and pats him on the head.
Good. You know.
A snowball hits the window. It doesn't break it, but it does make a very loud pop as the snow just kind of.
Can I shoot the guy who?
You cannot.
Okay. Okay. He goes towards the rifle because she said you cannot. That means yes. Right?
Oh, I thought that was Amachan asking something dumb.
No.
The rifle is decorative. It is. Okay. There's no functioning firing mechanisms. It is a decorative blunderbuss.
That's better. He takes the rifle and goes towards the.
Because it was mounted on the wall, you rip off quite a bit of drywall as you take the fake musket.
My cabbages.
And thus putting things on her nice, pristine white carpet.
She just
The maid's not even coming to clean this up until next week.
She goes to retrieve the vacuum and just
It's fine. Mom will like pay it. You know she will. She already pays everything. It's fine.
Excuse me. I pay for most of what you see around you. She says as she like cups your face like right near your eyes. So you really only see her. She says that.
No, I understand what she means. Yes, of course. By the way, I will pay the electricity. It's fine. You don't need to pay it. Your Netflix account is going to be paid as well. Do you like still? The internet, does it has to be so fast? You watch a lot of like stupid movies and you
Never
keep
say that
downloading
about
stuff.
D.
She just kind of gives you a look and like takes the decorative gun away from you and slowly pushes your face as she just kids and like starts putting it back up on the wall and like tries to like put the back like the screws back in the holes in the drywall and they just like slide forward a bit, leaving like more powder as you're going on about like the things that are billable. Like, it's Christmas Eve, Henry. Why don't you go out and play with the kids? Maybe go find some hot chocolate or hot cider somewhere.
So you can watch Netflix?
So I can also have hot cider.
We can, like call and like people can bring hot chocolate.
She just gives like another like look and she just like kind of grabs you by the shoulder and gently starts leading you towards the door, opens the door, puts a scarf around your neck, shoves you and
I don't want
the door.
to go out.
You hear like the door lock.
I don't have the keys.
Henry takes a deep breath.
Start scratching at the door. Start whining.
He looks around, takes a stone, and says, "If you don't let me in, I will throw this stone to the window."
Roll perception alertness.
What was my alertness?
Hey, his mom's paying for the window. It's cool.
No, he can pay for the window as well. It's fine. 4. I have 4.
Cool. So what you hear is the sound of the sprinklers coming up right before they start.
Oh no! Oh no!
What is sprinklers?
They're out of curiosity. Do you guys water your lawns over there to like keep the grass green or anything along those lines?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, it's like she's gonna open the water.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're these things that come up and they shoot water and like to get all the lawn wet.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can find a GIF or a video of it for you.
He actually yells like, "You're mean!"
Christmas music comes from inside. I don't want to love
I will tell
Christmas.
Mom.
I just want to. She's like goes and sits in like the bay window and she's holding a glass of like wine. Go play.
Has someone ever told you? I don't know if they did, but it is time you should know. This is the reason you're alone. I will roll for Benelli.
Okay. Roll for Benelli because that was mean.
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
I pass again! Yes! I can't be mean!
Bad doggy. Bad dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I see both me and Lily have showed from the same company as well.
Amazing.
Just different articles.
No, okay. No. He takes a deep breath and like goes outside. with his photograph machine and other stuff that he has.
Okay, so all of you are heading outside, and now let's go ahead and give an excuse to bring Lily's character into this. As
a hot girl walks by, that's literally all you need to do.
Well, you have to get you out of Alopeus all the way to Breaking Foul. I mean, you're going to have to go all the way.
A hot girl in a nice car comes by.
I forgot what I said this guy's name was. Oh my god.
Gerald,
thank you.
I wrote it down. He's
good.
my new best friend.
Yes, he is not the magpie known as Gerald. He is a different Gerald. Not magpie, fucking grackle. Anyways, Gerald kind of rigs a makeshift floor on his apartment and slides a couple of tiles back into place from the crushed ceiling above your table, and it looks decent for a few hours work. It'll definitely be less depressing than the giant gaping hole that it was. And he just kind of dusts off his hands. This is a mess. We should be looking at something prettier. And here they got lights up in the town over.
This is fucking beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah, my sciatica thanks you. Anyways, you kids want to go for a drive, check out some Christmas lights?
I mean, hell yeah. You got a car? That's fantastic. What's that like?
I mean, it's a station wagon.
God damn, let's go.
So, anyways, he leads you guys downstairs to one of those wood panel station wagons. Colloquially known as a woody.
Gorgeous.
Oh, or do they get in that seat where you face the back?
I mean, what?
No, there's in some of the station wagons, from the 80s, there's a seat in the back, there's the regular back seat, and then there's the other seat faces the back, so you're looking out the back window. I used to, not joking.
I believe.
Cool.
I
have so much fun.
Not given it that much thought.
I mean, it depends on how old your station wagon is there, but I mean, I've been in it. It was we used to fight over it when I was a kid. It's so much fun. You're watching all the cars behind you.
That does sound fun.
Okay.
Why don't all cars have that?
I didn't know it was a surprise. I'm sorry. I thought everybody knew about that.
No. I've never actually sat in the station wagon. But anyways, you guys start going through the town of San Alopias, looking at the various Christmas displays, lighted reindeer mechanisms, etc.
Yo, if you find any control box, I want to see if I can't get in there and make one of those fucking light shows, where the lights turn on and off to, Bruce Springsteen or some shit.
I mean, you're kind of just driving through the town. I mean, I'm sure vandalism can hold off until you reach the rest of the group.
Sure. She's just gonna be musing about that as they're driving.
Okay. But anyways, as he meanders through, you notice there are kids playing in the light of the moon shining on the snow and the sparkling lights of all the fucking houses. There is that. Yeah, there's some familiar kids all in the same general area. One slightly damp, another slightly covered in stolen clothes, and another slightly spidered.
Hey, we know those fucking losers.
Do you want to get out and play with your friends?
I mean, that was a hell of a lot better than what I was planning on doing.
He parks his car along the side of the road and just kind of like sits and like reaches into the glove compartment and pulls out like a little like pour over like coffee maker.
Amazing.
And he just like go have fun. I'll be around. He says, and he's just like watching, and he actually takes a moment and like stares at Patrick. He like gives kind of a long look at him for a bit, and then you hear him just kind of go as he sips from his coffee.
Thanks, my dude.
Yeah, no problem.
What's up, bitches?
I'm going to say the ground. The ground is very, very high today.
You know, I'm not gonna comment on how strangely right you are.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Henry.
Yeah, fucking no.
Oh, yeah, she'll just be like, "Hi, Henry. Long time no see."
Yeah, my aunt just acts like she owns the house while we own the house, but, well, whatever.
Bad day, huh?
Yeah, she is just having, I don't know what they call, I heard it in the Albert movie or TV series.
Midlife crisis?
Yes, that one.
Totally. Patrick, got a minute?
Let me do one more athletics roll to see how well he's recovered from the last thing. Oh, he's doing great now.
What the fuck is that roll?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's him getting his second wind and routing the rest of those poor little those teenagers.
Good.
Turn around's fucking fair play.
They just end up like folded in half in various snowbanks.
The ultimate strategy in which he had the rest of them distracted, draw their fire, while he come up behind and just fucking pelting the shit out of them. As he's standing over their thing, triumphant.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Dee's just like, Patrick!
Oh, hey, Dee!
I have a question for you.
And I have an answer!
I'm glad to hear it. When you stayed in my brother's room, do you remember a baseball card that maybe you might have borrowed?
There's a long pause as he's thinking for a moment, and his eyes actually sort of like that sort of like narrow as though like that squint, like really trying hard to remember something. Because this was fucking months ago, man. And he's like,
yeah, so then she'll try to narrow it down. Like, it was pretty old and it was signed, and apparently it's one of his favorite things. And now it's missing.
Yeah, Patrick, do you remember a small square of paper that had writing on it?
No, I don't remember.
Do you have any idea where you might have taken it if you did take it?
He thinks for a moment. I don't know, usually in my pockets.
Well, will you check your pockets?
He looks at them and things are spilling out, like, you know, some candy canes, like, you know, the small ones.
My fucking Mardi Gras beads.
some bubble gum, a half-eaten pack of gummy worms. There are a few other things like wallets. So many wallets. As a matter of fact, you see him actually reach into one of the kids who are like in the snowbank, and he like breaks out their wallet subconsciously, and just sort of as though he'd taken it out of his own pocket, and just sort of nope.
I just casually check those wallets for money.
But yeah, no, he just goes and shrugs.
It wasn't among that mess then?
No.
Okay. Well, she's gonna just kind of nod and be like, well, if you run across it, let me know, okay?
Okay.
It's his favorite thing. And, you know, since you stayed in his room, you might have gotten it.
It's
I don't
cold,
know.
guys. Does anybody want hot chocolate?
I don't know. He was pretty well behaved at that time, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, are you fucking paying?
I am.
Then hell yeah.
Out of curiosity, Carol, do you mind if I know I might be a distance away, but do you mind if I make a perception alertness check for that sound? If it's still going?
Sure. I mean, it'll be difficult. So.
Well, I got one success, so.
Okay. You just kind of see this guy kind of looking at you, and you can kind of see like the general like of like his mouth. It's real subtle, but you don't like actually hear like the very from inside the car.
Yeah, but there might be something's familiar. Let's see if Remembrance decides to roll for me.
I'll say, but Dee's response to the hot chocolate question would be,
what do you think, Carol?
Absolutely not. I hate hot chocolate.
I thought so.
Patrick, as you're looking at him, you feel like you're pulling from a memory that isn't that old. It's certainly not a Patrick memory, but perhaps the memory from the life just before. You remember him slightly younger, and sort of he certainly seems to, you remember him being more spry than he looks.
They sort of start wandering. They start walking in his direction. I mean, there's almost that like curiosity on his face as he's walking over towards the man.
I doubt Tasha notices because she's too busy looking in these wallets for A, an ID with someone with a birthday that makes them over 21, and 2, cash.
Perception alertness, and I'll let you know in the side bar there of how much and what you find. And Patrick, yeah, as you move closer, I mean, he's still staring at you.
Yep.
Just like a friendly wave.
Yep. Then Patrick, I mean, he doesn't wave. He's still like, he gets up there and he's looking at the man, and he sort of, it's that, no sense of personal space sort of thing. He reaches up to the man and he starts to, and it's very gentle. It's not like he's attacking the guy, but he like starts smoothing out the wrinkles a bit here and like pulls the forehead back. And there's one point where he runs his hands across the side of the mouth where underneath the whiskers you can feel the scars. And he's looking at them.
The scars have a certain quality. The jaggedness of them both is a very familiar cut.
TikTok?
And he just kind of sips at his coffee and he's like, Peter, good to see you.
Oh, I'm Patrick now.
Patrick, good to see you. He says, barely missing a beat.
Yeah. You grew up.
Always do. Always have to pass it along to someone.
He sort of frowns and he goes, and he runs his hands across the scars again, and it's subconsciously to his belly as well as he runs across.
It's a hell of a fight. Almost thought he got me that time.
Almost thought he got me too.
Well, I guess Dawn is on our side.
Well, no, it's nighttime.
So nobody's teaching you anything still. Seems like the tradition.
Oh, Bella's teaching me just fine.
Mm.
I almost remember you having a tail, though. I think we tried trying to pull it one time.
Probably my predecessor. Like I said, time wears down. Gotta hand down the responsibility to someone else.
I don't know. That seems boring.
Well, as much as being part of your story was very exciting, I I have to say, retirement has suited me fairly well.
You're just saying that because you're grown up.
It has its pros. He reaches into his coat pocket and he pulls out a pocket watch. And the tick is fairly loud as he looks at it. And he stuffs it back in his jacket. It is getting late, though, and I was wondering, any idea who will be taking the mantle this time around?
Patrick's like going. Patrick just sort of like has a look like confused, like he has no idea what he's talking about. Is like, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure one of us will turn up. He gives the kid like a smile, kind of a little bit like dismissive gesture, and he's like, "But it's good to see that you've recovered nicely."
Good to see that you've recovered nicely too. Got a nice, and he's sort of rubbing across his. At the very least, you're always smiling.
Yeah.
And he smiles. All right. Well, I'm going to go back and play with my friends now. Take care, TikTok, he says as he runs out the car.
Run along, kid. You bother me. And he rolls the window up. And anyways, the rest of you, I believe, were discussing hot chocolate.
More like morals of stealing, but I got 3 successes on 3 dice.
Oh wow. So yeah, you managed to find like one ID for a blonde woman, roughly like 35 years old, and like maybe like $25 assorted bills.
These like IDs are going to be needed by people, you know.
They're all
That's
teenagers.
That's what Henry says to Tasha.
Sorry, what did you say?
He says, like, you know, those IDs are going to be needed by people.
You can get them fucking replaced.
If you give me, I can, you know, like, I can find the people and give it to them.
Actually, in the United States, if you just drop it in like a mailbox, with the ID card in there, they'll deliver it to the ID card. Or the address on the ID card.
He says, in the United States, you know, we can give it to the ID card.
He says, in the United States. In the United States, where I have lived my entire life.
I'm just taking one of them. You can do that to the other fucking 5.
But, yeah. Okay, I guess. He takes the other 5s.
I mean, there's mailboxes all along the road. Like, yeah, there's plenty of places, I guess.
I'm gonna say that Dee got kind of distracted by like, because I wasn't really paying attention to that conversation. So I'm gonna say she kind of got like sort of halfway walked away a little bit as she noticed Patrick walk off suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's been kind of watching that from a distance rather than paying attention because I missed it all.
Okay. Yeah, Patrick was talking to an old guy in a station wagon and touching his face like a normal person.
Yeah, like she's obviously watching this. Yeah. She's not going to interrupt.
And he's not very quiet when he says, "See you later, TikTok."
Well, he seems to know the guy, and it's not like he's doing anything wrong, really, so...
I swear I remember him having scales once upon a time. What do you mean that was 2 times before? Well, he's still got to have a tail, right? No? Oh, then sneaking up on him's going to be no fun later.
As Patrick plots to give an old man a heart attack. The closest place that would have hot chocolate is a slice of 3.14. I mean, you're in Brig and Fowl, so it's like walking distance if you guys choose to walk there.
So are we going for hot chocolate, guys?
No.
Only if you're paying.
You got money to pay, by the way. Like,
Bitch, this is for my lunch tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Christmas.
Yeah, and we're not eating lunch because we blew all of our money on our dinner for tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were had a
fucking
hard
dirt
time
poor. You can
that's
say
not
it.
what I meant, but yeah.
You could say it. It's fucking true.
I like do a thing to earn money. Maybe I can help you, and maybe we can earn money together.
I don't want your goddamn petty.
This is not about petty. This is about earning money.
I think he's offering you a job.
Sorry, what?
A job.
Yeah.
J-O-B.
No, but how the hell are you gonna offer me a job? Are you own a fucking store?
No. Yes, I own a fucking store.
I know you got
How the hell do you own a store? You're a teenager.
Excuse me.
Who is also a puka, as she sort of leans in towards her.
Do you know what an Instagram is?
Fucking heard of it.
So basically, as he like walks, like he like gathers everybody and like does his hands to get everyone to follow him, and he says like, "I take photos. I'm kind of good at photography, and basically what I do is like I share cute photos, and I take jobs for like if people wants to put a name on things on the photos I post, they pay me money." And it's been going well. They really like the photos, and maybe like if we make it, we can make a deal, and like you can earn a lot of money. I like earned, I think like, what is resources to OOC Carol like in this game? It was 2,000.
It's a lot.
No,
You're making bank for a teenager.
yeah,
I have resources 1, and I'm rich for a teenager.
saving up for college.
He says like I already saved for college thanks to this, so like yeah, I can help you with that. And like you're a knocker, you probably craft stuff.
Probably.
I mean,
Don't those Instagram models need like 1 million followers in order to actually make some kind of goddamn money?
Yes, you're right.
How the fuck am I gonna get 1 million followers?
You're not. We're gonna own the same page.
And you want me to what?
Do
build
a striptease?
Yes.
You don't want to. Nah. No, you're gonna lose all those goddamn followers if I do that.
Basically,
Just imagine a knocker awkwardly grinding.
Do I have any performance at all? I don't think I do. Why would I?
I know what you could do. You could show how to fix things.
Basically, we're gonna like open a page for you, and I'm gonna keep like mentioning your page, and you're gonna sell things across broad, and I will help you with the HL deals. Thanks to my mom, I kind of learned those stuff. And DHL is like express shipment. So like I will help you with the DHL deals. You will build stuff. They will send it and earn money, along with like I know a lot of like places where like you build stuff and then like send it. You earn the money through like Instagram as well. You make your like you get learned and known by people. I couldn't talk. Sorry. Basically, I will promote your stuff, and we can actually you can build stuff for me, and I can like say that like this has been done by this and sold for this amount of money.
What kind of stuff?
Well, what I need is like it depends on the mood, but for example, like the last time he actually shows a photo, and he shows like a white Sharpei and like glasses, and like it looks like an old man. I try to make these stuff, but these looks bad, but like really bad.
Like some kind of like that one cat cosplay Instagram. You want me to make dog cosplays for you?
No. He like shows the photo again. Like I make these, like glasses, and they're like real glass. Like they're like the stuff that I try to do in there, but they look bad. But if you can make something, like I don't know what you can make, but I can promote it. And then again, this is just an idea. We can try to make it better. But basically, if you can make something, I can promote it. If you can make something that I can promote as a, this guy as he shows the dog, which is himself, and like this can be better. But if you just like build stuff, that's also cool.
Looks at you for a second. She's thinking. She's like, "All right, you're fucking on."
Okay. Then we should talk with the SD in the future.
Who?
He looks up. He looks up. He looks up and like does a finger gun to the air and then like
looks into the camera like we're on The Office.
I don't know about you. Henry had me for a moment, and then he started talking about God, and it was really pushy about it.
Like maybe like after this, like you can come to my place. Like I got like my aunt there as well. Don't worry, she won't be. Thanks, no. But yeah, maybe we can.
My gay ass.
Especially your gay ass.
All right then.
The gayest of asses. Okay.
I mean, everybody can come in. I don't mind. Like, we can just shoo away my aunt from the house and say fuck off.
As DJ just kind of looks at you like, no.
I mean, okay. So,
anyways, she's a cat puka. She's a cat puka. She's fine.
Well, at least she's the best
kith. She's a person of culture. She's a person of culture.
At least she's the best kith, if nothing else.
I'm sure my mom would disagree.
Ask my entire family. It's fine.
I think that's Patrick's. That's Patrick for I can't participate in this conversation.
Well, yeah, he's not really doing that, but he is actually just for some off the wall reason subconsciously. He's not really paying much attention to it, but he is just going.
Kids sometimes do that, and it's annoying. Doesn't think much of it.
Kids just make all sorts of random sounds for no fucking reason, and it is annoying. It's like, please stop. Please stop. For the love of God, stop.
The only problem,
I'm stopping. Patrick's not.
Fair enough. I was going to say, because that's the only problem is that as long as you keep doing that, it won't focus on us.
Yeah.
So we have electronic issues, but fine, you're still doing it.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are walking and talking, finally you arrive at a slice of 3.14 where I forgot the name of the chef, but
well, Dee looks a little bit trepidatious before she walks in the door. She like pauses before walking in.
So the lemon meringue has evolved into this horrible monstrosity. There's like mint in the lemon layer. There's curry stirred in with like the meringue.
Why?
Oh my god!
The crust is like artisanal brioche with rosemary. It's a fucking travesty. The other pies are fine though.
Is the octopi still around?
No, it's the holiday season.
Octopus goes out of season.
There's a lot of different pies, lots of tarts during this time of year. There's a couple of apple tarts. There's a brown sugar peach crumble pie, chocolate orange pie, root beer float pie, cranberry meringue. A couple of savory pies. There's a tomato pie and Irish potato pie.
Eggnog?
Sure. There's a honey lemon chiffon pie, no bake cannoli. Scrolling through I have an entire Pinterest list of potential pies for this place.
Amazing.
Yes. A torta de Santiago, because that looks fancy. And tears on your pillow pie. Yay.
So what are you guys buying?
Well, definitely that one as she points to the monstrosity pie.
The lemon meringue.
And
yeah.
Tasha?
You guys believe I have a gift for this? Hold on.
What?
because of the Still Into You music video, she has all those cakes over there.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of look at him and be like, I really suggest that we let Tasha like talk. Trust me, he's a little, well, I think he might be mad at me.
Huh?
As she gestures up towards the guy who's, working behind the counter.
It's fine, I will do the talking.
Well, in that case, feel free to order for me. If you can manage to do it, in a way that I actually get what I want. And she's going to point at the peach crumble pie and like the potato pie because she wants a slice of each, like sweet and savory.
Okay. Tasha, what do you want?
I don't know, my dude. Whatever's cheapest.
Okay. Patrick, what do you want? My name is Henry, by the way.
No octopi this time, Patrick.
Patrick, like, he goes up to, like, it seems like all bright and happy, like he's going to go up and, like, go, oh, hi, my name's Patrick as well, and shake his hand. I mean, he still shakes the hand, but he doesn't say anything. He just...
His name's Patrick, and for some reason, he's clicking his tongue today.
It's odd, but, well, I will live with it. Hello, sir! As he, like, goes near the guy.
The baker turns around, like wipes some flour on his apron. He's a very large, muscular man. He gives a smile to Henry. What can I get for you?
Well, they wanted this because I forget all of them. And like he doesn't buy just like cheap shit for Tasha, like he buys like normal stuff because he's a nice person.
And the hot chocolate.
And hot chocolates. Hopefully the work is going well.
Well, I think I've almost figured out this lemon meringue, he says, as he points to the curry, mint, lemon, rosemary fucking meringue pie.
As Dee makes kind of a horrible face, but says, "It looks delicious, sir."
Oh, well, would you like to try it?
Absolutely. Damn it!
Fantastic. Hope springs up on his face. He's like, "This one's on the house," and slides a slice of the pie towards Dee.
Maybe, okay, we have a red cap.
Wait, didn't you bring Agnes?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank God.
No, we just kind of left her with the other kids.
Thank God. Hopefully not. And Patrick stops for a moment and just he pauses mid-click his tongue and he thinks for a moment. Aren't crocodiles cold-blooded? Just out of the middle of nowhere.
I think so.
Dee will pull out her phone and check to see if that's the case. Is it?
Possibly. I don't fucking know.
They're reptiles, so yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Yep, and she'll just be like, absolutely not. And then
why the fuck are you asking?
Yeah, then she turns the phone around so Patrick can see it. I don't think he can read, but
Well, he can read. Just he's not the highest reading level. he's not cut up to his reading level. He has to do very slow, but he's looking at it. They are. I think they are cold-blooded. But he's like, "Oh, why do I ask?" He goes like, "Oh, I just ran into a crocodile. Old friend. Well, sort of a friend. I remember from once upon a time ago."
Ain't no fucking crocodiles in New Hampshire, you crazy kid.
Yeah, there is. He was driving a car.
Why don't we go sit down, Patrick? Because we're still waiting for the pie up there. And that dude is just like hearing. It's one thing to hear a kid talk about a crocodile, but she's gonna try to get him away from the mortal. Why don't we just sit down and talk about this?
Kids talk about stupid shit all the time.
Fair enough, but no, I mean that's true. It's one thing for a kid, but if the rest of us start going into it, that would be bad. So she's going to try to stop that.
Yeah.
So she's, why don't we go sit down? And she kind of sort of carefully lays an arm around his shoulders.
It's like, yeah, I don't know who else is following, but Patrick goes along.
Yeah, she's not forcing him. She's just kind of like trying to make that hint. Yeah, and so she'll just kind of look up and be like, "We'll be sitting down if you don't mind bringing stuff over."
And he's like, "Yeah, it'll be right out." And he actually like hands a slice of pie directly to you as you head towards the table, and he gathers the rest of the order.
She kind of turns away and holds it at like really far away from her as she's walking. But her back is to the guy, so maybe he doesn't see it.
It's all about whether or not you eat it.
She's going to pick a chair where her back is to him.
Yeah. So yeah, after about 5 minutes, because it's slicing pre-made pies because he made them already.
What?
And serving up hot chocolate. He comes with 2 trays, one with the various plates of pie and the other with everybody's hot chocolate.
Thank you.
Thank you, good sir.
And he stands beside Dee and looks at the pie. He's like, "So go ahead and try it."
She gets a sort of a stiff look on her face, but quickly tries to cover it. I'm going to try to roll my nip sub, see how well she actually covers it. Because I think that's required at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get her scores here, because I don't even think she's all that great of a liar.
But Fuka can't lie. Who would have ever heard of such a concept?
Crazy talk.
Where's my sub?
Okay. Agnes, you got a more refined palate.
She just kind of looks at it, just like, "Oh no." She just kind of leans in to whisper to Tasha, like, "I ate a 5-day-old macaroni and cheese, and even that, I don't know."
She's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just to hide the face. Now she's actually going to go, "Oh, good." And then she kind of, digs her fork into the pie to get not a huge bite, but big enough that it shouldn't cause any questions. And she'll try it. And I'm going to roll for that as well. Because, in fact, then maybe that should be a higher diff. Because it's got to be disgusting. But I'm still okay.
There you go. So yeah, as you taste the culmination of mint and citrus,
and curry
and egg whites,
and she's like chewing this thing, looking very enthusiastic because I got a couple of 10s there, and then she'll be like, "That is exceptional. Maybe just a hint of coriander would help."
"All right," he says, and heads back to behind the counter.
When his back turns, she immediately pushes it towards Agnes.
Agnes just looks at it. They're just like, "Oh, because I'm yeah, even because I'm just gonna eat."
No, she looks at Agnes and she'll say, "I owe you a favor."
she just kind of looks at it. She's just fine.
Thank you. And if she eats it, then she's going to do that and then take the plate back and make it look like she finished it up and is now working on another slice.
It doesn't take her long to eat it because red cap. She's just like, she like pulls out like a chunk of like rosemary like from the fucking crust and just like.
Does she even look appalled by the flavor of it?
Why is there rosemary in the crust?
I don't
Crocodiles.
know. But
Crocodiles grow beard.
She like removes the rosemary.
I mean, not regular crocodiles, I don't think.
He had some nice whiskers.
The fuck is he on about?
Well, I mean, you know his backstory, right? I'm gonna guess that was probably another person from his backstory.
Yeah, but whiskers?
That dude. The dude had whiskers.
Gerald?
Yeah.
He has a beard, not whiskers.
That was his name. Well, he always went by TikTok when I knew him, but yeah, I guess Gerald was always his name. Sometimes.
No way, he's the fucking crocodile. The goddamn crocodile is its own thing.
I mean, there's a Tinkerbell. Why not a crocodile?
I don't know, is there gonna be a fucking parrot that was on Smee's shoulder? Like,
I feel like that jingle was her saying like, the name's Bella. Get it fucking right, Bella.
Obviously, I didn't hear that though because he hasn't.
No, you hear that.
Dee's gonna take that as an agreement.
Well, he doesn't have a tail that time. Well, he doesn't have a tail this time around. It says with a frown.
was he like these guys? And she'll point at Dee and Henry.
No, there's nobody like us, okay?
I'm trying not to say the goddamn word.
I apologize, but I will have to stress that I'm unique.
Exactly. See? He agrees with my point.
I mean, I don't know. I just remember once upon a time he had a tail, and he doesn't this time.
You guys are discussing this. A very, like, interesting looking person with, they're a white person with dreads. That kind of interesting person.
No.
They smell vaguely of, like, patchouli and hemp. As they, like, walk up to the store owner and they're like, can we put something up on your window? And, like, the owner looks a little, but in an effort to get him to go the hell away, he's like, yeah, there's a spot on the, it's like the smell of patchouli starts to overwhelm the taste of pie in their
I
mouths.
think cultural appropriation is just like really wrong, especially since we just had a Halloween. Like, what the fuck are those guys thinking?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, no, Tasha's gonna pretend to be like saying that to the people at the table, just like stupidly loud because she's got what, 2 charisma?
he just kind of looks at you and just kind of like gives you like the stink eye and like walks over and he like tapes up a like a flyer on the window and then heads out like stack of papers and he just like looks at you again as he exits.
It's really bad for your hair. It's made for special kinds of hair that only black people have. And it's also really disrespectful. You should maybe think about taking that the fuck down.
You hear him say something about Vikings as
That's not fucking oh my god. What a douchebag.
But there's a flyer on the window and like the street light shines through and you can kind of see that like it mentions something about like the circular forest but the rest of it, you'd have to like go outside to read it.
Go outside to read it because that's kind of important. Go outside, take a picture of it, and like walk back in so I can show them.
Okay. It's a flyer regarding the circular forest, and suddenly it's about what should be done with it as it's torn down. And this person has posted up a flyer that, of course, it should be torn down and then repurposed for a facility of like a commune of some sort with weekly drum circles. How great would this be for the community? A place to celebrate all cultures.
Instead, can I rephrase what I did then? Because I would have had a chance to see what that looked like before I did it.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to rip the poster down.
It's on the inside.
Well, then she will come on the inside and rip it down after she's taken the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And walk over to the table. She doesn't care who sees what she did. I don't think that guy really wanted the poster there anyway.
No, he just wanted the patchouli gone.
Right.
It was messing with the taste of the pie, you see.
Yes. She just rips that sucker down and she'll just slap it down in the middle of the table.
Thought hippies were against the cutting down of trees.
Apparently he's a terrible hippie.
It's to build a commune.
But like,
there's actually like a doodle of what it would be. Like the outer circle of trees would remain, so it would still look like a forest. But the inside is like a hippie organic farm with a drum circle and like thatched roof wigwams is what it's labeled as, which is weird because that's not a thing.
Listen, I'm all in favor of like sustainability and shit and like done with this capitalism crap, but this is not. No.
And here I thought it was a fantastic idea.
No, it's terrible. Ted won't have anywhere to go. Neither will the marble eater or the left sock eater.
Who the fuck are those people?
Ted's a dragon.
Actually, I'm more worried about the you know what that's in there.
Hold on, back up. Everyone just fucking wait. Take a couple steps back. There's a goddamn dragon?
It's okay, he's very small.
Yeah, but he turned super big the last time I saw him. And Patrick's like, was excited first, then he goes down. But
how is there a goddamn dragon and I haven't seen it yet?
Well, it's because he lives in the forest.
She's like, because he's very small, I told you. And she like holds her hands out to show about the size of the dragon, which is like, isn't he like shorter than her knees?
It's like this big.
Yeah, he's like 6 inches tall or something. Yeah,
except when he isn't.
Well, that's the only way Dia's seen him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
He's very small. That's why it's hard to miss somebody quite that small.
Yeah, well,
holy shit.
There's not many people. Well, all Ted and all the other imaginary friends live in the woods. Well, there's only 4 of them now.
But there's another thing in there that we can't let. We've already lost one. We cannot lose another one.
What? Huh?
And she'll look to Henry and she'll actually get her phone out and like text him the word freehold. Well, not freehold. Trod and freehold really, because one was a freehold and one was a trod.
Maybe I should talk with my mom about this. Maybe she can do something.
Yay, getting adults involved. Patrick.
Hey, I can go get my Kinane brother. He's technically a grown-up.
And what's wrong with the grown-ups?
I said that out of character. I wasn't saying that. But I think I have a brother who might help. I'm not sure what he can do though. He's around for the holidays, but he's also us, but not us, if you know what I mean.
I got you.
What?
He says, I got you.
I'm going to try to destroy the portal.
She stiffens. She like sits up and looks really stiff because Emma's still a sore point with her.
She also tried to kill Ted and all the rest of them. Well, she sort of did.
Who's that?
And have you learned? You've realized now that she's not at all what she used to be, right?
He just looks at her for a moment. She's a pirate, not Hook.
You're right.
The rest of the restaurant just kind of looks as he like declares not Hook.
He's a little kid. He can get away with it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know.
No, you don't.
I do know that she's not Hook.
No, that you said she was like Hook. She is not like Hook. She is a pirate.
That was the other day. I meant right now. I know better now, okay?
And he just sort of sits down with a sort of like,
Anger management issues?
We had a discussion the other day. It didn't go very well, but I hope we'll be okay.
Yes, Mama-chan.
That's basically him, like trying to make the awkward silence.
This pie is amazing. That's your hot chocolate. No.
That's very good.
Well, I think the first thing that needs to happen is we need more information. We need to know if this is actually a real attempt to get to the forest, or if it's as half-baked as that guy was.
Half-baked.
Hey, that sounds like the job for someone who knows how to fucking talk to people.
So
they tried putting flyers on the tower.
Well, why don't you talk to people, and I'm gonna and she'll pick up her phone and kind of look at it. Look at Tasha. Look at her phone again.
She'll take out her phone.
You talk to people if you're any good at it, because I'm the best at it, of course. And I will do some digging because I'm really good at that.
Oh, hold up! You thought I was saying I'm good at talking to people? Have you met me?
You're still better than me.
I highly fucking doubt that.
Well, at least you can choose the words you say a little bit better than me.
I fucking drive.
It seems you guys are in need of a professional.
Find me wherever the goddamn construction supplies are, and I will blow that shit up.
But that's
Not
the point.
that kind of professional. Not that kind of professional.
She's just going to start digging into it and see if she can find if there are any plans, any official anything that started regarding the Circle Forest. Isn't that what it was called? The Circle Woods or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the docket as far as like City Hall is concerned. Just a couple of like Facebook pages about like best utilization of this like primo property. There's a couple of people who've talked about like, oh well, I work for such and such realtors, and people are talking about building some more buildings. And there's actually like one or two people from San Alapias weighing in on that idea, like, oh, good, build more houses in your area so you don't have to build them in ours, that sort of thing. Get your gentrifying asses out of our city. So anyways, but there's nothing officially listed as far as like City Hall is concerned.
Okay. So yeah, she'll look up and just be like, well, they haven't done anything official yet. So they might just be blowing air at us. But I'll keep an eye on it.
I wonder if Ted has a chimney on his house. I'm gonna go check.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting so many names today. Fucking Agnes. There we go. She just kind of looks and she's like, Where are you going?
I'm going to the woods. I need to check on Ted's house.
I think we should maybe all go to the woods at this point, actually. I want to see if there's people snooping around.
You guys mean the woods that like everybody says like don't go?
Oh, it's fine. Really, I swear. She's totally ignoring the creepy feeling she had when she was in there.
Yep.
Not
Badger's
interested.
Oh, come on, Ted's fun. I'm sure he'll make... Oh, wait, no, he can't make us tea. Emma stole his teapot.
Well, why don't we
Who's
get him another
Emma?
teapot?
I'm sure Santa will bring him one. He's a good dragon.
Emma is a problem.
So like this conversation has a lot of like layers of problem. You're going to a forest that we shouldn't go. We talk about a dragon.
All right, you know.
We
I'm
also
worried
talk
about-
about an individual, about portals. So like there's 3 layers of problem. One of them may end us being get shot. Second one may end with
Not if I
us
shoot him
being
first.
eaten. Third one, yes, killing people is always cool. Third, I don't know. Like so like why we are doing what we are doing.
Why don't we go so I can actually say something more clearly if I choose to do so?
Let's talk outside.
Gee, that isn't what I just said. as she like, because I don't think I think she's probably still working on her pie because there was a lot of pie in front of her, and she'll go walk up front and be like, "Any chance I can get a box for my leftover pie to take it with me?"
And he smiles and he's like, of course. And he comes back with like those pink boxes and hands you a couple of small ones.
Thank you.
If you'd like, I can tie them up nicely for you.
No, but you know what? I would love another slice of that pie. I think my brother would love a taste of it.
Of course. And he actually boxes up the rest of the pie and ties it up nice and
Oh my god.
like there's like another one underneath it and he ties that too, and because it's like we're about to close and this just wasn't selling today for some reason.
Maybe it'll do better with the coriander.
Oh my god.
Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome. And she comes back with way more boxes than expected because she has like almost 2 pies plus a couple of other boxes on top.
Yeah.
How much I need to pay? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Didn't you already pay?
no, he already gave me these.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
gave me these 2 because he didn't understand why it didn't sell. I mean, I have no idea why it was so hard to sell. As she looks to Agnes, who also ate this horrible pie.
She's still like pulling out pieces of like herbs from her teeth.
I thank you. Remember, I owe you one. And she'll pack up what's left of her pie that she was working on, and into one of the little boxes and push the other one towards if anyone else needs a box.
So, all right. So forward you march, pink boxes in hand, into the snow of New Hampshire. Where are you going?
My character isn't going anywhere.
So easy to push you.
We're gonna stop
looking
someplace
for an
to talk.
explanation.
No, we had to go someplace to stop to talk, not to go
Yeah.
into the wood yet.
Mhm.
So she's gonna she'll be like, you know what, we can go to my house. You guys can all come up to my room. My mom will probably bring us cookies and stuff.
It's about 10 o'clock now. With all this walking and driving and snowball fights, etc. So it's starting to get late. As you go back into your house, like your mom gives you this look like you've been out for a while, and but your father, he has also just gotten home, so he manages to kind of like distract her from her anger and like.
Yeah, she'll just be like, they just came in for a few minutes to warm up before heading home. So we're gonna go up to my room just for a couple minutes, okay?
Hi,
What's up, Mrs. D's mom?
And you can hear her just kind of mutter, like, well, at least these are age-appropriate friends.
Oh, poor Red Cap Jesus.
And
my man Red Cap Jesus.
And you hear the sweet dulcet tones of Marvin Gaye coming from your parents' bedroom.
That's good.
Oh God! She's gonna move over by the window as far from that music as possible, and kind of gesture for everybody else to like sit on the bed or on the floor, wherever they want. She doesn't care where they sit. But yeah, so
Patrick sits on the ceiling.
I'm not spending the glamour on that yet.
But before she does anything else, she's actually going to take her she's going to grab a piece of paper, write to Kamal, and then put it in front of his door, knock and bolt it into his room, like all the pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the almost 2 pies. She's just gonna leave it there for him. And then like go back into her room, close the door.
The fuck is this?
Jesus Christ. Is that rosemary?
Amazing.
In the crust?
Why?
Who?
Yeah, so she'll just kind of stand with her back to the door for a second, hear the music again, move back to the window, and just be like, okay, so I think Dad is clearly occupying my mom. Please don't ask questions.
There's like a giggle that you hear from Fern, on the other side of the wall.
He's still going to turn music on to battle the Marvin Gaye and the giggling.
It seems to like make just a remix of your parents' sex music.
Yeah, it's okay because you know what? Kamal probably has music on too.
Like a cacophonous sound.
To go over his gagging of the pie. Why?
Mint and citrus. What?
With rosemary.
You know, I've had some pranks in this household, but this one really takes the cake, huh?
Why is there fucking curry in the meringue? Come on, language.
Yeah, but either way, so and she'll just be like, and if he hears us, it's fine. He's Canaan. So let's talk.
So why do we commit, crimes?
What crimes are you referring to, sir? I can't lie in my answer to you if I don't know what you mean.
He's butthurt about the petty theft.
What petty theft?
That's right.
Gotta make it meaningful theft.
He is like, I just like you guys are trying to enter a place that like everybody says is dangerous.
Oh no, trespassing, guys! We can't.
It's not actually trespassing.
That's illegal.
No, it's not against the law to go in. I don't think.
But it's dangerous, right?
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun. It's the forbidden woods.
It's not. I mean, it kind of is. It's certainly on. It feels that way, but like there is a rather awesome little dragon in there, and there's actually a trot in there. I don't think it's illegal for us to be there. It's just that people think it's haunted, which I think is all the trick. It's all the trick, right? Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I haven't had a problem with it whatsoever.
And
completely that he has the invitation.
The Red Cap Gang jumps on us, and guess what?
I saw no Red Cap Gang. It's probably they've set it up so it'll be safe for the trot. The Red Cap Gang is an entirely different place.
Wait,
And they're our friends.
Gang?
And they're actually my friends.
There's a Red Cap Gang, and you're friends with them?
Well, I mean, as she gestures to Agnes, I mean, Agnes is their queen, so.
Sup?
And Tasha's actually gonna she's probably not wearing a skirt because it's winter, so she's probably wearing like can't be a thigh holster, but like one of those
cargo pants.
Yeah, something like that, and pull out a really like antique pistol that looks like it shouldn't be able to fire, but
but knockers.
Exactly.
Guys, it's still like
I'm just saying there's not rad caps are not an issue in that forest. You're making things up. Which I understand completely. I do that all the time, but
I just feel like this is a totally a bad idea. Like, we are going for, like, what you guys say, it's an adventure, but
Okay.
it feels like not an adventure,
Well,
but
how about
a
this
suicide.
argument then? Ishit, we have to protect the Trod.
She says, "Don't kill
We're
the
not going to.
changelings."
We're not going to kill. That man wasn't a changeling.
Okay, but like, she doesn't say anything about protecting Trods.
We do need to protect the sources of glamour.
Which part?
I
of
mean,
you
if you're not
says
having
that?
fun, you can go home.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think I would do. But the like,
Well, why don't you research other ways of protecting the woods then?
my whole issue is that the last time we were having a kind of like a standoff against cops, bunch of grown-ups, and you guys were like, "We're gonna stop the car." I don't know if you guys stopped the car, but I see Agnes here, and I just
We
this
actually
feels like
we didn't technically stop the car. The gate stopped the car.
I thought it
I
was
stopped the car for a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was the nail strip spike strip that stopped the car.
Well, then again, I mean, I'm a puka, so if I'm just lying a little bit, I'm lying a little.
That's fine.
But it's either way, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
well, how did you? I don't know, guys. You guys like this sounds very dangerous. Like
We've been in there
get killed type of
before.
dangerous.
At least Patrick and I've been in there before.
Yeah, I've been in there like 5 times already, possibly 10.
I'm
It's
only at
okay.
2.
Henry's a good boy. We need to preserve his good boy mentality. He can't do anything dangerous or illegal.
It's. I mean, I understand.
Ignores Tasha. That kind of ignores Tasha. Doesn't say anything.
I understand what you're worried about. Okay, like I get it. Like you're trying to be on the straight and narrow, and I get it. It's cool. But the thing is, we live in the real world, right? The real world and the dreaming both. We're both. What this means is that sometimes we have to work with the real world to do the right thing, which in this case is to protect some chimera that are in there, and even more so, the Trod.
This is very dangerous, and this sounds like very dangerous, and it sounds very crazy.
Well, we've been in there before. It's just woods.
You can
just
go
said there's
home.
a dragon. That's kind of what
The
I think
dragon
I
is
will do.
like 6 inches tall.
It's okay, D. It's okay. He doesn't have to fucking come with us.
No, I mean, I know he doesn't have to, but I'm just don't understand why he would be so upset about woods that have a 6-inch dragon in it.
It's because he's a grown-up.
Dee sort of tilts her head towards him, and she's just like,
Can't believe kids finally got a point.
Aren't you like around my age?
No, I'm 10.
Not you, silly.
Oh.
He's
I'm
talking
31.
He's talking metaphorically. Or he doesn't know he's talking metaphorically, but he fucking is.
I just want to state that, Lee, the last time we did something, it was extremely dangerous, and if you get caught, we would be in jail. And now
Oh no, I've never been in jail before. How horrible that must be.
Some people have lives that they can't risk, unlike you.
Well,
then yeah, go the fuck home.
I didn't go to jail. We did it in such a way that they couldn't do anything about it.
You guys stole a kid.
No, they were stealing the kid. They were taking the kid into an extremely banal situation that would have put her in a situation where she was going to fade again. That is textbook a sheet. Because she had been taken before. Did you know that?
No.
Well, I'm telling you, she had been taken before.
Yes, I did know because you told me in the past.
Well, good then.
This sounds like a terrible idea, but you guys need someone with common sense because Mr. Shooty Shooty over here seems like she's very interested in shooting people. So let's go.
Excellent.
I feel like I will regret this, but anyway, let's go.
All right, you guys. So the way we're going to do this so my mom doesn't know I left. Wait, can we steer her music?
Yeah, you hear more than music.
Okay, well,
She's not gonna notice.
what she's going to do is leave her music on.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be like, okay, let's go. I don't think, I know for a fact they're not going to notice, and I do not want to be here. So she's going to like leave the music on, leave the light on in her room, and like, actually, no, she'll turn the light off. But like, you know, do the really cheesy, throw some pillows under the blankets kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And attempt to make it look like she's there, just in case her mom decides to look, but I don't think she will, kind of thing, because terrible teenager plans. And she'll be like, let's go.
If only you had, what is the one freaking befuddle?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember my fucking arts off the top
It's
of my head.
either legerdemain or the other one.
Chicanery, right?
Chicanery, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, I don't know how Patrick looks, but during this entire conversation, Agnes has just been like,
Yeah, Patrick had been fucking bored.
since they're both small children, and this is a very long conversation.
Yeah. But yes, as she argues over his head. And then she'll, if he's like half asleep, she's just going to kind of touch his shoulder and be like, Patrick, we're going.
Finally!
Why are we taking the red cap?
Why shouldn't we take the red cap?
Because she's a queen, duh.
And she's our friend.
She's a red cap, though.
And she's our friend.
You got a problem with red caps? She says
I
as
mean,
she like glares at you from her.
Doesn't red caps have a problem with everybody?
You're about to have a problem with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just be careful. She thinks that you're in English. Like, I think you're an adult. You're an old man. You even got wrinkles.
I mean, my family is like from, like we have connections in England.
Oh no, well, I feel certain that her English means something a little different. But let's go. as she kind of just opens the door and starts trying to shoo people out.
Yep.
As Agnes like falls in line, she like looks at Henry and she goes.
I can't see. What does he do?
She goes like she points to her eyes and points at Henry. Like, I'm looking at you. I'm watching you.
I love her.
Can you not do that? Oh, I'm so scared.
Good. That's how it should be. English, she says, and she like storms behind Patrick.
As Patrick's going down, and he's actually walking like somewhat slow. It's like, oh no, it's past my bedtime. I can't possibly go to the woods.
She's actually gonna go like to the door, as they're walking downstairs. She's gonna head to her brother's door and like knock on the door for a second to see if he actually could hear her over the raucous music.
He opens the door and like there's like a slice of pie with like one bite taken out of it, and then it's like, D, I've got a present for you, and he shoves the other box of pie in her arm.
Is it closed?
Yeah.
Or am I getting pie in the face?
No. It's the full pie.
But I mean,
Merry Christmas, D.
No,
Merry
this is my gift to you. No re-gifting.
It is a gift that I cannot accept because it is so grand. And oh my goodness, look at the time, he says as he closes the door.
No. She's gonna stick her hand in the door to keep it closing.
Yes, D.
I will.
He says, but it's like just wide enough for your hand, not like wide enough for the box.
That's fine. She's just like, I just want to since you're actually here, and I am so not interrupting them, I'm going out for a little bit. I will get rid of the pie just as a favor to you.
For you.
Just so somebody knows, since you're here, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm whatever. Unless you want to come.
Well, who's gonna cover for you if I come with you?
I mean, I would say probably the extremely bad job I did of tucking pillows into my bed. That would do it.
Oh, that does sound like an excellent plan. Often I look at stacks of pillows and think, oh, D, before I talk to it for a while. I've carried on full conversations with comforters.
I know.
Thinking that they were you.
I'm a pillow and comforter, Puka.
You certainly are that. He gives her a smile. Nah, I'll cover for you if I hear Mom and Dad come out of their room.
Yeah, just tell them I went to a friend's because their boyfriend broke up or something.
You are sound asleep, Mrs.
Well, unless they open the door and look at my bed.
Well, I wouldn't be doing a very good job of covering for you if they open the door and look at your bed, would I?
Well, then you have a backup plan. I gotta go. As she takes the pie, she just kind of waves to him and walks away. And then she'll walk downstairs with the pie, walk into the kitchen, set it on the counter, flip the paper over and write, to Dad, and put it on the table. And then she'll walk out the front door to meet them. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're good. And she starts heading towards the the park and the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just heard some ticking and I was a little worried. Is that crocodile back from the dead?
But real fast, this place that we're going, because I need to look up my gun laws, is it a public place? Or is it
what it is a perfect circle of undeveloped property. In the midst of Brigand Fowl. It's a very, very thick forest. It's not a park.
But wasn't it right next to the park?
There's forest in the park. This is in the midst of Brigand Fowl.
Yeah. There's the forest by the park, which is not the Circle Woods.
Yeah. The Circle Woods is one of those, it kind of poses as a very large roundabout, but it is not.
All right, cool. Apparently New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state, which sucks for us IRL, but is great for me in this world where I don't need a license for either open or concealed carry.
Huzzah! 16-year-old with a gun. Who cares?
Excuse you, 17.
Okay. I am 17, going on 18. I just don't know what to do. No.
Is it open carry in this place? Is it open carry in the game?
No. I don't think it's that bad in New Hampshire yet. I don't know if it is. It could be. I haven't been in years.
This is what Wikipedia is telling me, but I will look at their actual thing.
Well, I hope Ted has a chimney on his roof, because how else is Santa going to get in?
He can get in through the windows.
My character will also go for, getting his gun.
Oh, so it's not okay when I have a gun, but when you have a gun, it's totally fine.
He comes back and he just says, "I'm not a tug."
What?
He says, "I'm not a tug."
Are you calling her a thug?
Oh, is that what he said? I didn't hear.
He says, "I'm not a tug."
He's not a thug, is what he is saying. He is no thug.
Yeah.
All right,
you, Tasha.
He's calling you a thug, downright deviant.
You know what? No, that's fine. Boy's self-aware. He knows if he gets caught, he's a rich white boy. I forgot there are no actual penalties for you. How nice.
Can we not do this conversation? As she looks at them being, the only non-white person here.
Oh man, let me at him. Let me shoot people. Ha ha.
Oh, so it's so good. Haha, adventure. Let's go.
Guys,
Agnes like leans over to Patrick. Adults are weird.
Yeah, that's why I'm never gonna grow up.
Sounds like a solid plan.
I wish I could do that. As she looks at the two of them. Now let's take the race card out of this, and let's go.
I was talking about socioeconomic status. I just added the race thing as a, because he brought up something that kind of slurry, but.
As everyone fidgets uncomfortably, the woods comes into sight as you are moving along.
Henry's hand is on the gun.
I have no weapons. 0 weapons.
As the only person who would actually notice this, because you've been here before, you no longer feel that like sort of discomfort you felt the first time.
That actually worries her a little bit because it means some of the protection's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tasha and Henry, all that talk of like it makes you feel like you shouldn't do it's just trees.
Yeah, when she realizes it's not there, like she's like looking around all kinds of suspicious.
It's not just trees that you get shot in the knee and then some tug just steals your shit, but Henry is like looking around, every voice of like he just like looks back. He's very on edge.
Does it look like he actually has firearms training coming from a military family?
Yes. He has
Like
firearms
what?
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not professional. He knows what he's doing. He's not like trigger happy. I think they call it trigger happy or something like that.
Yeah, that's the right word.
Yeah. As you move into the forest, the feeling of unease still doesn't hit you. You also notice the forest is pretty quiet. Where before, like the outer circle had that sort of like off-brand Saturday morning cartoon level of imaginary friends. Nothing. At least nothing chimerical. A couple of owls. You hear the skittering of squirrels, but nope.
Patrick's leading the way because he knows. He knows where to go.
I mean, so does Dee, but she's fine with you doing it, so.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's not until you get to the very center of the woods and see Ted's little cottage that you recognize anything chimerical at all. So much of it is gone. There's like chimerical burning of some of the trees. A lot of it is healed significantly, but there's still that remnant, that smell, that acrid smell of magical fire kind of lingers in the air, faintly mingling with the scent of snow. And you see Ted's little house, the light on. And inside the house, you can see the silhouette of a couple of like moving figures.
Patrick doesn't knock, but he's like looking at the top of the cottage to see if there's a chimney.
Yeah, there's a tiny little like chimney. It doesn't go in, like it doesn't lead to like a fireplace or anything.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't matter. Patrick's logic is, oh, there's a chimney. Cool, Santa can get in there. So he's very happy. So, yay, Santa can get in for you, Ted.
Like you hear the like gentle chatter from inside the house stop, and little door opens and out steps a 6-foot tall dragon with like little curly mustache.
Was it a 6-inch?
So I said 6 inch.
You said 6 foot.
He could be 6 foot.
I was about to shoot that shit down.
No.
6 feet still isn't tall for a dragon. You must get much larger to be intimidating as a dragon. Otherwise, you're just a lizard. But anyways, 6 inches. He steps out and carrying his cup of tea, which is still too large for him. He looks up, Patrick.
Ted.
Hello, Mr. Dragon.
D, right?
Absolutely not. I would never be D. That is a horrible name. Or I could
come in. And he looks at the other two. I'm afraid I haven't met your acquaintance.
Sasha.
Henry Tarani.
And this is Queen Agnes.
And he gives like a little nod, Your Majesty. And he'll hold out a hand to like shake with Tasha and Henry. It's a very small hand.
offer a finger.
Yeah, no, very, very gentle in the handshake.
Yeah, like little shake of the finger, that kind of thing. And he offers the same to Henry.
He takes the hand. Yeah, he just takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't let go.
He just like shakes it. He shakes it. I'm sorry, I forget to say it.
I was entertaining some company. He says, he pokes his head back in the doorway and he's like, if you guys don't mind taking a moment to step out so I can accommodate some more guests. And out steps the marble eater with his large eyes and mouth perpetually full of marbles. The marble eater's wife, who does not, and the left sock eater. They all step out with various mugs of warm liquid. And
yeah, Dee's never seen these people before, so.
Hi, Marble Eater. Hi, Marble Eater's wife. Hello, left sock eater. I'm sorry I'm out of left socks for you.
And there's like various greetings. Hello, Patrick, or blah, Marble. As Ted goes back in his house and closes the door, and you hear as he knocks on the wall, and the house starts growing till it's about the size of a child playhouse. And he steps out, and he's about 3 feet tall at this point. And please come in, make yourselves at home. Wassel? Sure.
She's not sure what Wassel is, but she figures why not.
Yeah. He steps towards like the little kitchen area. There's like what appears to be like a small like pot on the stove. And in the pot there's like slices of oranges floating about, but oranges have cloves in it. It's a vaguely like it's somewhere between like hot cider, but there's like a citrusy element to it. There's cinnamon in it. It's a very warm drink.
Yeah, I knew what it was, but I can't imagine she would have. That's why
I wasn't sure. Like for those who don't know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick, I mean, it's not that he's grown bigger or anything like that, but he's struggling to get comfortable. One moment, he says he zips off his jacket, so there's all the leaves and stuff, and you can actually see there's a string tied out of vines around it, and on his back is the sword. He's somehow managed to have it hidden underneath the clothes, and he just brings it down and around onto his knees, where he's able to get settled a little more comfortable.
Agnes just kind of like squishes herself into like the general like staircase area.
People sit on the floor. Yeah, because you said it was a child size sort of area, thing, and I'm like probably about the size of an actual adult.
Yeah.
So I'll just sit on the floor so my head doesn't hit the ceiling.
Yeah, it'll fit everybody very snugly. Like yeah. Not a whole lot of elbow room, like bring yourself in, that sort of thing. But yeah, there's various like Christmassy decorations up. A small Christmas tree, roughly the size of Ted, decorated with little acorns and various other like pretty things from the forest, spiderweb tinsel, that sort of thing.
She appreciates the decor.
There's a couple of little parcels underneath the tree, and Ted like pulls a chair out from like it's like wedged uncomfortably under somebody's elbow, and it's like, excuse me just a second, and he like, pulls the chair and like knocks on it. It gets big enough for him to sit on, and and he takes a seat with his wassail. So what can I do for you?
I just wanted to make sure Santa was going to be able to visit you because I wasn't sure if you had a chimney. But now I see you have a chimney.
Oh, well, that's very considerate of you. He hasn't swung by yet, but usually he doesn't get around here until about 3 a.m.
He comes here? Oh, that's so awesome.
Well, of course he comes here. Why wouldn't he?
Of course. I wasn't sure.
Oh.
I had just heard what happened, and I wanted to make sure, like, see if we could find out what was going on and if you were okay. You know, everything's that's. I mean, I don't know. The forest seems kind of broken now.
Well, admittedly, we haven't been able to quite recover everything, but the population should move up. It's the around the end of summer is when kids start thinking that they're bigger than they are, and well, people need a place to live, and when that happens, our population will swell.
But I meant, like, the trees that are kind of burned. And
yeah, that
it's not a scary feeling when you come in here anymore.
Hopefully, I'll be able to fix that as soon as I get my teapot back.
Was it a treasure?
Well, I treasured it.
I mean, fair enough. I just didn't know if that helped you in some way.
You know where it is?
I told you, Emma has it.
Well, we know where she lives. I have a question as well. Have you seen anybody snooping around these woods? Anybody not one of us?
Admittedly, since the incident with the girl, people haven't felt the same level of hesitation. We actually had a hiker, and as he says hiker, like the Marble Eater and company, all just like, oh, like they're all like have that sort of like, that was a thing, that was horrible. Fucking hiker.
No one with racially insensitive hair?
People that smell funny?
Well, I mean, most humans smell kind of funny.
Hey!
He just kind of sips his wassail.
I mean, like, weird funny. Like, this dude had long hair and smelled like patchouli. Ugh.
And he looks to the Marble Eater. He's like, you saw it more than I did. What do you have to say? You tell him what you saw. And the Marble Eater nods, and he opens his mouth, and out fall marbles upon marbles as he he makes talking motions, but no sound comes. It's all marbles. And and Ted's like, see, they understand what I'm talking about. Bella, it's like, generally, like, nobody can understand your fucking marbles. Put those back in your mouth, you freak. Do you see anyone else here spewing out marbles? No.
You're a disgrace.
How are they supposed to understand that? So, she continues on, translating the marbles. She like turns to Patrick, like, she said, yeah, he smelled real funny. And he had really stupid hair.
So Patrick translates, yeah. Had terrible hair. Had terrible hair. Also just... Also, how the hell are people supposed to communicate with marbles in their mouths? Well, it's very easy. I could do it. Yes, I could.
There's plenty of marbles around if you feel.
Yes, Patrick's going to start stuffing marbles. I know just fine, right?
Oh my god, he shows which one of us is responsible.
Really slimy. Hello, little mouse.
The marbles in your mouth have a faint, like, orangey taste. They're very sweet oranges. Roll a... I don't know. I guess it would... What would be to not accidentally swallow a mouthful of marbles? Dex?
Stamina?
Stamina? Okay, stamina... Etiquette?
Well, I guess I'm rolling a diff 7 with 3 dice. Let's see what happens, boys and girls. Ha-ha! I swallowed one!
Yeah. Is it one of them, like, slides in your mouth? You, Patrick, like, disappears promptly. And, Patrick, you're currently in, like, a, kind of, like, a hollowed out tree. Like, and all around you are, like, little pieces of, like, twig built furniture. But you're not with the rest of the group at the moment.
Blink, blink. Where did he go?
The marble eater opens his mouth. Out spill more marbles. He says he went to his house.
Yeah, Henry. Let's go to the woods. Nothing's going to happen.
Can you bring him back, Mr. Marble Eater?
It doesn't work that way. He'd have to walk back on his own.
Where is it?
What do you mean he can't come back?
Where is it?
He just kind of like points, just down the way a little bit. I mean, it's just his house.
Maybe.
This is so cool.
Do you realize how creepy you sound right now, Mr. Marble Eater?
The marble eater is not saying anything. It's just marbles.
Well, maybe if someone could show me how to get there, I will walk over and I will get him.
Ted walks over to the front door, opens it, and he just points to like a little, like a tree. It's a fairly largish tree, but like there's like if you like pay attention to it enough, you notice there's like a little window cut out. And yeah, like Bella zips past you towards that tree.
Yeah, well, yeah, Dee's gonna bolt after.
Yeah, it's not far away. It's like maybe like 3 or 4 yards away.
Hey Bella, how'd you get out there?
Yeah, Dee's just gonna kind of open the door. Except I'm assuming it's unlocked.
I am not stuck.
Patrick.
Hi, Dee. He says he finally spits out the marbles.
Come on.
Oh, that was cool. He comes out and he's grinning. He's still got the He's spit out all the marbles now, and he's just walking back to Ted's place with the marbles in his hands.
Yeah, you managed to get back there without further incident. Now that you don't have marbles in your mouth. So, but the marble eater does not seem particularly concerned that you've eaten one of his marbles.
Yep. Patrick just puts them down on the pile. He steals another one, though. One of them goes into his pocket.
Yeah.
I have like 2. I think I have 3 of these orbs now.
I mean, you probably have a collection slowly building from each time.
I was going to say, you never know. This might actually be a great emergency exit from a situation. She's going to ask if she can have one of those marbles.
The marble eater just looks, like he gives like a shrug, opens his mouth, and like a very large marble pops out.
Yeah, no, wait, this is great. This is get out of jail free.
Everyone just party in the marble eaters.
It's very snug. If all of you escape at the same time, you might have to roll to get out.
But like if we're using them all at the same time, obviously it's really bad. So getting stuck in a tree is probably much less dangerous than whatever we'd be doing that needs to escape.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. She's like, hell yeah. What if you mean? If I end up here, at least I'm not there.
Yeah. So like as you guys are discussing the need for like marbles, he's just like, and like Bella is like, that's fucking disgusting. Stop saying Merry Christmas.
Well, I mean, it is gross, but I'm willing to take that risk. I mean, that's because Dee's thinking the same thing. Oh God, this is gross. Emergency is an emergency.
Yeah.
So she just tucks one of these slimy things in her pocket, and she looks at Henry.
It's not slimy. It's just organic.
Henry just says thanks and doesn't take it.
She'll take Henry's then. She'll take 2 of the marbles. She is not scared by it. But yeah. So yeah, she'll sit back down on the floor and just be like, "Well, we saw some signs that smelly guy with the terrible hair was trying to get the forest torn down, and I guess if you guys see him come in here again or anybody else weird, is there any chance somebody might be able to follow him around and listen in a bit and let us know what they're saying?"
Excuse me. Sorry.
I mean, I suppose we could. It's not like he would notice us. What would really help out is if somebody could get my teapot back for me. That way they aren't in here in the first place.
Amen.
Okay, get that, no problem.
We'll see what we can do. As she's like making a face like, uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Like, but yeah, we'll keep an eye out for the particularly smelly human.
Thanks.
He takes a sip of his wassail. So is there anything else? I mean, can I help you guys with anything?
Patrick seems to suddenly remember something. It's like, oh yeah, that was like months ago, but oh yeah, the street Jesus had a vision about her, he says as he points at Agnes. Something about snakes and horses and stuff.
Oh, right. And he looks at Agnes, who's just kind of like wedged in the staircase. She's kind of young, isn't she?
Well, she's a queen.
I mean, granted, that typically doesn't have an age requirement, but it's at his wassail again. Well, I mean, he looks at her. You're welcome to stay here, and we can try and figure out what that whole vision was about. And she looks to Tasha. Should I stay here? She says with like a raised eyebrow.
Hey, kid, it's your life.
She is 7.
It's your life. I mean, if that's what you want, if there's food here, if you think you're safer here.
She she looks around at everyone everyone is literally older than her. And she looks to Patrick. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I go to several different places. I mean, I have a house of my own anyway. I don't always stay there. I go into Tree House. I go into the haunted house. I sometimes stay at Marcia's. I mean, I haven't stayed over at Ted's yet. Ted, would you mind me staying over one time?
Ted just like looks. I mean, sure. Just, you know.
Awesome. I haven't stayed in the church tower yet. That would be fun.
Agnes just kind of gives a shudder, like churches. Well, then it's settled. Agnes will stay, and Patrick, what are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, I'm probably going to I'm probably going to go back to the haunted house. Mrs. Bridget is going to. Miss Bridget's always so lonely on Christmas, and anyway, I'm just going to wait for Santa to come around.
All right. Well, I'll put in a good word for you, kid.
Awesome.
And Ted looks around at his various uncomfortable guests. I mean, you guys don't have to stay on my account. He says.
Well, it is a lot warmer in here than Miss Bridget's place, and I guess I could visit her tomorrow.
Very well. If you guys don't mind stepping out, I might have to make some further accommodations if I'm going to have 2 overnight guests.
Awesome.
And,
no problem, dude.
Yeah. And he just kind of ushers everybody out. And once everybody leaves, you hear, and then like a pause, and it's like a little extra. And like the house starts to grow, and it's roughly the size of like a shed. And Ted steps out, and he's about 6 feet tall at this point. I think this will do.
Cool. I haven't seen it this big. He goes right inside. Oh, can I actually go up into the attic?
Oh my goodness!
As he starts going up into it. Wow, it really is a mess up here.
Ted like runs to keep Patrick from destroying his house. So anyways, as the children stay behind with Ted, the teenagers can exit.
Oh, before I leave, I have to give Agnes her Christmas present because she's not going to be over at my house for Christmas anymore.
Okay.
Agnes, hold up a sec. Got you something. I was going to give it to you, I was going to put it under the tree and all that shit, but, here. And she'll hold out. It's, looks like she probably made this in her shop class. So with all the knocker style it has, it looks like a letter opener almost, but a little bit rounder and sharper at the tip. And she's like, it's a fancy toothpick. I engraved Agnes on it. It's not, the S is chipping off a little bit, but gets the point across.
And she looks at it and it's the nicest Christmas gift I've ever gotten. Thank you. And she reaches into one of her pockets, and she pulls out like a bracelet. It's like one of those like little kid like elasticy bracelets with like beads and stuff on it. And she
oh, you don't gotta.
Like, no, I don't have a lot, but I appreciate you letting me stay with you.
I will wear this forever.
And she gives her a smile. I'll see you in a few days, right?
Yeah. Have a good night, kid.
And she nods and like heads back into the house where like Ted is like, Patrick, please don't. No.
What does this thing do?
It's very sensitive.
Oh my God, is this your family album?
Yeah, and he's just gonna be like,
you hacked out of?
I don't think that I need to be here. I think he could totally handle him. And she kind of looks at the other two and she's like, so we all have families for Christmas, right?
We do.
Well, then why don't you let me show you where Emma lives, so at least you have that information.
That will be fine.
Because she's a problem.
Yeah, she seems like one.
What was her house again? Oh, see, wasn't it Balor?
Baylor, yeah.
Yeah. And she'll be like, yeah, newly chrysalis house Baylor. Lovely, pleasant child.
Does OOC, my character, knows about House Baylor?
With that many associations to nobility, definitely.
I'm sorry. Are you like being pooking me? Like, did you
Yeah,
just
I'm
say how?
totally pooking you. I would never ever tell you the truth.
Baylor's just such a simple subject. I figure I bring it up in conversation every day.
I mean, wait. Oh,
She's a house Baylor. She is also the daughter of another she I know. Kind of an asshole, but I think he does love his kid. He just has no idea how to be a parent. And
you talk about the Mr. She guy that my mom hates.
I don't know. Does your mom hate the guy who lives across the street from me?
Yeah.
Okay, well then
She,
yes.
she once said a couple stuff about him that when she was around at least.
Emma was a good kid. Emma was a super sweet kid. And I tried to help her out as much as I could, but then that happened. And now she's entirely different.
Did you ask how many commoners she killed in a Accordance War?
Yeah, that's totally something I ask everybody.
99. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
I mean,
No,
that
I'm
isn't really
kidding.
even the point. The simple fact is she's evil now. And I'd
Aren't
like
all
to think that
Celia?
there's some still Emma underneath there somewhere, but
I mean, aren't all Unseelie bad?
I wouldn't go that far, or I would.
Why isn't that what Seelie Nobility says?
Am I a Sealy nobility?
I don't know. Am I a Seelie Nobility?
Are you?
No.
Then you are?
Yeah.
So, anyways, as you guys continue on,
He is actually being like he's testing waters with like how these guys think about like how they think about like he is actually not Seelie. Like that's surprise. He is actually not Seelie. He's unseelie as hell.
Well, it doesn't matter because she's just kind of like we're all part of the dreaming. I don't have a problem with Celia as long as we're all doing what we need to do about the sheet, basically.
He nods. Um.
But however, she is an issue. And the thing is, I am about 90% sure that the Emma I knew is still buried under there somewhere.
I'm just gonna be like sorry to say this, like really, but that's kind of what happens to Katie and she. They just they take the body over and like I don't think you would be welcomed if you say like, yeah, Emma, it wasn't nice and I want to take her back, but like nobody gives a damn about what happens to the people who Katie and she takes over.
I hear what you're saying. That doesn't mean if I can't find a solution that would do that, I would.
You just gotta Darth Vader the shit out of her.
I mean, why do you guys like try to make her? Why do you guys try to make her like this is her dream?
Whose dream?
Like that's the dreaming made her this way. Why are you guys trying to change her?
Because she's a 8-year-old bitch now, or however old she is.
Selfish reasons. Selfish reasons are the best reasons.
Judge any way you want to.
I'm not judging anybody. It's just
she was a good kid and she was my friend. I realize I'm 18, but she was still. I protected her. She just shrugs and starts walking a little bit ahead because she doesn't really want to talk about Emma anymore. And unless someone tries to catch up to her, she'll just walk ahead of both of them. until they get to basically in front of her house, which is across the street from Vin's. And she'll be like, right there. She lives there with her dad.
I think like while like D is like in the front, Henry and Tasha did not speak at all.
Oh no.
No, like there was no question asked by Henry. He didn't even like look at her.
As Dee points out, like where Emma lives, next door you can actually see Gerald from earlier. He's putting like a small parcel in the mail slot of Marcia's house, right before he heads back to his car.
Yeah, Dee's eyes sort of. She doesn't think he's a bad person, but
I mean, he doesn't look particularly nice with the fucking Glasgow smile and,
Hey, Gerald, my dude.
Hey, kid, what's up?
If you could wait like 2 more minutes, can I get a ride back?
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Fucking best.
Hi, Gerald, is it? I'm Dee. As she like offers a hand.
He gives her a handshake, and his hand is rough and callous. And nice to meet you, kid. What's up?
Was that just like a Christmas gift? I know the people who live there.
Passing the mantle.
Patrick did say you were a certain person.
Yeah, but I think somebody else is up to the task. He says, and there's a Lacosta crocodile nailed to the door of Marcia's house. So I figure if somebody else wants to take up that responsibility, they might have a little more energy for it than I do these days.
What does that mean? What would that mean for her if she took it?
I mean, you know who the kid is, right?
Yeah, I knew before he did.
Yeah.
Captain Kidd.
What?
He said Captain Kidd.
He wasn't a captain. That would be his mortal enemy, I feel pretty sure.
Well, see, that's actually what the mantle has to deal with. Somebody has to sort of act as a foil between the kid and El Capitan, and I'm getting up there in years.
So you're thinking Marcia?
I mean,
it's not a bad idea.
Completely, like giving her to a red cap is completely okay.
I mean, it's a crocodile. Those
and red
teeth,
caps
man.
are known with most honorable kids of all times.
Marcia actually cares about him. She's terrible at showing it, but she cares about him. You don't know her.
Does she look at him the way she looks at the cakes?
I mean, ew, and no.
I guess that's a good answer.
Yo, do you actually know who Captain fucking Hook is?
That's a good question. I'm interested.
I read the stories.
No, I'm asking if he knows who's Captain Hook now.
Sorry.
Well, the last time I had a run-in with him was roughly 40 years ago. He got the drop on us. And as you can see, he certainly was ready for me. Took a lot of time for this shit to heal. But the thing is, from the person who passed it down to me, it doesn't always quite look exactly the same. I mean, there's the tells. The hand, obviously. And those eyes. Those fucking eyes.
What do they look like?
They're so blue, they're almost purple. But right before he right before he kills someone, they turn red. And then he cries. He cries when he kills someone. Like those the tears are red. But they're so dark they're almost black.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's you don't forget something like that.
Dee just nods, just absorbing the information because she wants to, obviously, if she sees it, she wants to know that it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that Marcio takes it, if it is what she needs to do.
Well, it's typically a volunteer job. The kid sweeps through an area, and the story kind of follows along, and everybody just kind of finds themselves sort of marching to the tune of his story. Very, very few people have the ability to sort of step outside of it.
I will try to do that. You guys have fun. Have a good night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Henry, as you go in, like you notice, like your mom's car is in. Huh?
Tasha's just gonna follow him, and like, I'm assuming he's walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna follow, and once they're out of earshot of Dee and Crocodile Guy, just be like, hold up a sec.
He kind of turns.
I've been called a whole lot worse than thug, and you don't gotta like me none, but I'm gonna assume you grew up in sort of a sheltered life, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe stop fucking using that word. You can call me slut, you can call me whore, you can call me whatever the fuck you want, but just especially to, as someone like you, that ain't a word you should be saying. It's not even a word I should be saying.
What about I call you Tasha?
You can do that too.
Thanks. My name is Henry. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He turns slowly and leaves.
Yeah, she'll walk back.
Henry, your mom's car is in your aunt's driveway, as is a rental vehicle with New York plates.
Your new daddy.
No.
It's Uncle Tarani.
Yes.
So, yeah, your mom and her brother have both arrived for the holiday, and the sprinklers have been turned off, but the cement is a little slick for her efforts.
The Henry, I think everybody would hear this. Mm-hmm. Henry runs to the house, saying Mr. Pa. Roar! Is he scream he actually roars like a lion? Roar! Roar! Commoner enemies are coming! He just tries to open the door.
Yeah, attaboy kid. It's he goes to open the door. It was locked from earlier and open. And you guys have all seen what Leon looks like. Anyways, yeah. That's who opens the door for Henry. Anyways, and
he looks like a total douche.
Yes.
He's a surfer, bro.
He's beautiful. So
she says to Dee or Gerald or whoever's nearby.
Well, if you're going home, it would be Gerald. If you go back to Dee, it would be Dee.
Well, Dia's still standing with Gerald at the moment because they walked away.
Oh yeah. So Gerald goes to unlock his car. Is there anything else I can do for you, or anything else you need?
What, me?
No, he's looking at D. Sorry.
Okay.
He's unlocking the car so you can get in, so he can drive you back.
Absolutely, I could really use a big chocolate milkshake, but no. Merry Christmas.
Have a good one. Then he turns to Natasha. Didn't you have a kid with you? And I think this is where we can pay it out.
Funny story about that.
All right. So thank you, players, for playing. We'll see you next time.